Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, LSF thread. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I honestly can't believe this. Guess what? As I'm going on a flight, they said it's a windshield crack, so I can't leave. Oh, I can't go to Canada and watch Ronaldo. I had 2 flights and they both got canceled. 2 flights to leave, man. Like, I don't know what to do, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see Ronaldo. And I love y'all. I'm gonna still watch the game, but I don't think I'm not making it to the game. I'm not making it. Bro, I swear to God. Lie here, bro. I tried.
This game happened already 2+ days ago, and Ronaldo is a okay. Was this just a misspeak, or did you have the Palantir CEO confused with the Anthropic CEO? Oh, shit, you're right. I'm sorry. I meant the Palantir guy. You know what? I talked a lot of shit yesterday, but that Palantir guy grew on me on that interview yesterday, okay? Are you more excited or more disillusioned based on the current political landscape, considering left is not on the back foot from the Trump disapproval? I don't know. I'll know more after my court case gets dismissed. Okay. Physics time. All right. What is most of the heat from the sun come from? What wavelength? What wavelength transmits most of the heat from the sun? Is it like, it's not in the visible spectrum, is it? Or, oh, near infrared radiation. Oh, but what about by the time we're on Earth? Okay. Here's a question. If this is how like a normal setup works inside of an apartment, okay? You have pretend this is the wall or whatever, right? You have a window here. And then you have a curtain, but the curtain is here. Is this actually keeping any heat out whatsoever? Or it feels like all that's happening is that this thing right here is just absorbing heat throughout the day, and then it slowly like emits it later on at night, so you're like your AC can deal with it more time. How the fuck does it actually? Yes, but some curtains, like thick blackout ones, are better. How? Wouldn't the blacker the curtain be, the more light it would absorb? Okay, I guess my question is why can't you put like an actual, like a big ass reflecting curtain here? Now, when I look outside, there's literally not a single fucking apartment building where any room does this. So I feel like my apartment complex it'd be like against the rules or something. It'd say it looks crazy. You can't do this. People do it on their dashboards. Hannah Fry talked exactly about this. Okay.
Do you want to know why it gets so insanely hot when you're inside glass on a warm day? Like, actually hotter than it is when you're just outside. It's called the greenhouse effect. Wow, that is bright. Hang on. Basically what happens is that the light waves, as they come in, they can penetrate the glass, no problem. But then as soon as they get inside in your room or whatever, they bounce around and then they change to much shorter wavelengths, and they're then trapped. They can't get out. It's sort of like you've got this one-way filter to the outside, letting in loads of energy, but not letting any of it
This has to do with, this is not exactly, well, I mean, it kind of is, but...
escape, which is why your room ends up heating up and heating up. Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of people, myself included, will close the curtains on a warm day.
Okay.
But you're sort of trying to stop the invaders once they're already inside the room. It kind of helps a little bit, but nowhere near as good as if you hang a sheet on the outside of your window. If you really want to minimize the amount of
that sounds based. Now, am I allowed to do that? There's, like,
energy that is
why don't I look outside and see anybody doing that?
coming in when it's absolutely boiling outside, you should get some tin foil, right? Basically copy what they do in space. Get some tin foil and then attach it to the outside of your window. Make your room a little cave. Stay cool like that, people.
If I were to have like I think I have 3 exits in this apartment. If I were to buy like, I had these for the studio downstairs at one point to make, I don't know what you call them, like rods for having a, if you want to hang a black curtain, you get like 2 things and then you stand them up and then hang a black thing in between it. Can you just do that? It should theoretically, is there like a video on like how much heat you would prevent from going into an apartment? Because my apartment is hot and my AC can't keep up. It's like my apartment is perpetually at like 71 to 72 degrees where the thermostat is. I'm pretty sure in this room it's like, if I had to guess, like 78 to 80 degrees maybe. But it's just because I have like all my computers are running in here plus my lights and everything. But I have no but I mean, like, I have this huge window here. Now, I have this white thing pulled down as, like, my curtains. But, like, if I touch the white thing, it's obviously super hot because the sun is shining on it all day. There has to be, like, a way to not ever have the light energy in my home, okay? Step 1, close the vents in the other rooms. Oh. Blackout curtains are a thing. Yes, but I don't want blackout curtains in my apartment. I need them outside the window. Bro, just get AC. I like how all of the people in the United States of America that are making AC jokes are people that don't actually live in places where it actually gets hot, because I can tell immediately that you don't, because you think that central air helps you when it's like, it does help, but that you can keep a house perfectly, totally cool when the temperatures outside are like 90, 95 plus and it's like super humid and everything. You just live in an area where it never really gets that hot, and the hottest it's outside is like 79, 80 degrees. You're like, oh, shut the fuck up, you fucking retard. Outside blinds are reflective film for the windows. I don't think you can put reflectors up in your thing. I feel like I'm just vibing this, but it's got to be wrong and not allowed, because otherwise wouldn't everybody do it? I feel like everybody would have reflective curtains then, and it would just look crazy. Everything would look like tin foil outside. Awnings. Oh! I'm just going to go build an awning on my 25th floor apartment build. Thank you. Cover your window in SPF 50 sunscreen. Why do your blackouts need to be outside your window? Because if they're inside, the curtain is absorbing all of the heat. It's just slowly radiating it throughout the day. I just want it to not be in my apartment at all. I don't want the heat to ever come inside. Ever. Look. What is this? These are common in Europe? I've never seen these before. Outside blinds? This is what I need. Holy shit. I am going to try closing the vent, though, in the bedroom. Hold on. That's a good idea. One sec. Just kidding. I'll do it later. I I don't know if we're not allowed to. It looks like the, you have to unscrew the front, and then it looks like there's like a key screw. I wonder if the apartment complex has it so you're not allowed to close or open your vents or whatever. So I don't know if I have to call maintenance or figure that out. Get window tint? Bruh, I would need so much. It's so much window. I would have to buy like 30 sheets of fucking, or 30 rolls of shit. Germany has
So this is a curtain. Do this and your room will not be so bright anymore. Thank you.
Outside. What the fuck is this, bro? Holy shit. It's time to goon. Oh my god, the goon cave. What the fuck?
So this is a curtain. Do this and your room will not be so bright anymore. Thank you. So this is a
Okay. We'll check it out later. This is what I need. Holy shit, but there's no way it's allowed. I have to read my lease. I'll read my lease too. This shit? Hell yeah. I want the whole neighborhood to look at my building and be like, there's a motherfucker that's serious about keeping his place cool in that apartment. And they will see it from the outside. Like, damn. Damn, it must be cool in there. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Hell yes. Now, this is a cool guy. Hell yeah. Can you imagine? Wait, real quick. I just imagined this. I imagined this. Imagine you're a time traveler, okay? Imagine you're a time traveler and you go back when this episode aired over 10 years ago. And then you teleported somebody right after this episode and they're like, oh my god, like the White Walkers and fighting them in the future is going to be fucking sick. And how is the Valerian Steel Swords and Jon Snow's going to be fighting him? And like, slow down there, Logup. That's the last White Walker you're ever actually going to see Jon Snow fight. Do you think they would believe you? Do you think that there's anything you could do to convince somebody? Wait, what do you mean? No. This was just like a pre-episode. There was like a preview of like the fights to come or whatever, right? Like we find out so much here, and like John's like the first one to kill one like in combat and everything, and so there's going to be like, wait, no, Logup. That's the only time you're ever going to see Jon Snow kill a White Walker. Go figure, huh? They wouldn't believe you. He killed one in season 7 when capturing that zombie. Wait, did he? Are you just thinking about Sam? I said in combat. Sam's kill doesn't count. XQC reads Molina and Nmplol Discord messages. Unironically, is your AC running well? What's the setup? Do you have a unit just for your apartment? No, it's a huge central air thing. So when it gets super, super hot and everybody's running their AC, my guess is that it probably just overtaxes the system so everybody's unit gets a little bit warm. But then I also have a very big imbalance in my apartment because I have a huge 2-bedroom apartment. Well, not huge, but it's like decently long. And on the other end of my apartment, it's probably like 68, 69 degrees in my bedroom because my thermostat will read like 70-ish degrees, which is outside the bedroom. But over here, it's probably almost, I don't know if I had to guess, like 78, 79 degrees right where I'm at right now, which isn't horrible, but...
I asked that about that agrees. Guess I'm me for years saying I'm crazy. Too crazy to be on the account. Mom didn't have access to that at all, with my money in it, and she got her half when they divorced. The fuck?
Hey, what?
This is pretty crazy. Thank you. Could join me always. A R word. And when I'm not in control, use your shit. Anything for 6 months. Jesus. Interesting. That's pretty spicy. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if this is true or not, Chad, because her information is not out
This
there.
ain't Love Island, Bubba. Watch some good shit.
It's true. Okay. Hold on. Chat, is this accurate? I'm not gonna defend it. What am I gonna defend anybody?
You should.
Okay. Wow, cool. Cop Slop React, a friend of the stream.
How fast do you think this is gonna get dropped? Do you really think the charge is gonna stick? I am a multi-millionaire. I promise you, I can take this as far as you want.
When a famous YouTuber and his crew are arrested, it seems like the end of a harrowing day. But the events that unfolded leave some
Damn. It was... Never mind.
officers wondering just how far people are willing to go to film content.
I don't understand all this, dude. Something so stupid over some, like, YouTube views.
The dispute begins around 10:49 a.m. on June 22nd, 2026, when a man named Joe contacts Woodhaven police officers from a local McDonald's in Michigan, claiming that his nephew and
I don't care. I have this Henry Resilient video up, I think. This is from the video that he posted yesterday, July 3rd, right? Did you see the Lixmaxer guy he caught with a fuck ton of CP? Nope. Could we watch the new Epstein video today? 1 hour and 33 minutes, bruh. Retarded question, would what Henry does to Nick count as snarking? I think, did I write this down somewhere? Fuck, did I? I'll have a formal definition when I do my video. I don't like the term snarking either. Are you seeing this video? Yeah, pretty wild, pretty goofy. Hamas did it better. I think when I think of like I'll iron this out more, but when I think of like the weird like snarking shit. Oh wait. I had three. I feel like I only had 3 elements before, but I feel like I have 4 elements to this. So I would say that like anything that involves like collecting tons of information about somebody, especially across unrelated topics and multiple platforms. So so for instance, let's say that somebody has some political position about like the Second Amendment, and then you find out also that this guy like shot up a school or something, or I don't know, or got in a firearms accident. Like I would consider that to be pretty relevant. Like, I think it's okay to bring this up or maybe bring it into the conversation depending upon, you know, like it's because it's guns and everything is related to guns and, or well, like it could be related to Second Amendment position maybe. But like, let's say that you find out that a guy has some Second Amendment position, you go through his shit, and then you find out that he got suspended in school once because he called a girl ugly or something, right? Like that. So I feel like the first element is there's some amount of like collecting information about somebody, especially across multiple platforms, especially like unrelated to whatever topic it is that they're discussing or going in on. Is the first thing. I think the second thing is generally this is a community of people that are involved in doing this. It's not usually just one person. It's like a community of people. I would say the third thing is usually that information is being used by said community to act. They're acting upon it in order to harass the target or people around them. And then for the fourth thing, which I think is actually pretty important too, is usually this happens over a longer time frame. So we're talking like months and years as opposed to just days or a couple of weeks. But I would say like when all of these are met, you're kind of in a, I would say you're in the snarker verse. So I feel like covering court stuff, I don't think I would say this is like necessarily snarking. I mean, it can still be shitty too, though. I mean, I guess it just depends on how you cover it or what your goal is. Or I mean, like you can engage, you know, with any topic in a responsible manner or in a kind of an asshole manner. It just depends on your engagement, I guess. The fuck is this? 43-minute video, Jesus. Hassan Piker and the Golden Communist Toilet. Bruh. Wait, we won't watch this yet though. Hold on. After being terminally online for most of my life, I've come to the conclusion that trash reality TV was sort of proto-lolcow media in a way. Maybe, but I feel like you choose to be on reality TV though, no? Thanks, Josiah. I'll load it in my videos. Misleading title. He didn't really compare them as if they're equal, but instead is saying that women who watch Love Island are better because they're fully aware they're watching slop, whereas men that watch Joe Rogan think they're watching some highly sophisticated content. Compare. Oh, I guess if. Oh, this makes it look like I'm saying both of them are similar, I guess, if you only read the title. Or I guess you would technically say I'm contrasting, huh? I'm contrasting women that... Who just says contrast? I feel like you either say compare or you say compare and contrast. I don't know. And what kind of men watch Destiny? Good one. Boris the Blade. What's this?
I asked him if he so I actually messaged him.
The Supreme Court's 2025 term in review. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Do you think snarking is mostly left-leaning? I would say so for now,
The
yeah.
level of
I don't know if that has anything to do, though, with your like political identity, if it lends itself more to snarking, or if it's a demographics thing, or if it just happens to have developed on those communities over there. I truly don't know. I'm not sure. Are the snarkers only posting these LSF threads, or is it some other community? Oh, this new guy is one of my most dedicated fucking haters. You can always tell because of the way that he titles things too. Like, you would only really know this if you were deep in our communities. Like, he doesn't title things well if he's trying to sell it to, I feel like, LSF or like broader public people. Wick TV says Destiny is still allowed on a stream after intentionally doxing Gisticle during Wick's previous broadcast. Like, I don't think any average person has any fucking idea who any of these people are. But this guy is probably one of the most obsessive, craziest posters about me on Reddit, I think. Like, you can go through it. It's just insane how many different things he's involved in. How long is chapter 2 compared to chapter 1? If I play through on hard, I can just watch stuff because I've already seen all the story. I get everything else, but why do they do this to themselves? Do what to whose self? How do you plan to stop the snarking? I feel like I've repeated myself 50 million times at this point. Once my court case is dismissed, I can drop a huge video that just kind of like explodes and blows apart the entire space. And then once everything is kind of like out there and it's more accessible for people to understand like what's happening, it's just a matter of, it's just another type of content that you have to be willing to, I don't know, engage. I don't know how to explain it, but like, one standard that has to change going forward is I think you have to be willing, you need more creators that can do, like, I don't know how to say this without sounding full of myself. Like, I can do research content, I can do intellectual stuff, I can fight on culture grounds, and I can fight people on drama grounds. It feels like nobody else in the lib left space thinks they have to learn those skills, and nobody else ever wants to do that. So you get like these DSA tanky people who are willing to go to bat for Hassan on like the dog shocking shit, or you've got these like MAGA people who are willing to like sweep and make excuses for Trump on everything. Like, these guys will fight culture in all these different areas. Like, you'll have these like DSA people defending why October 8th Hamas rallies are good for pro-Palestinian protesters, and it's actually not anti-Semitic. Like, they're fighting on all those grounds. But then it feels like the lib left space is just, it's way too sanitized. And people think that like, well, this type of content is too risky, or like addressing these things is too much. So we're just going to like try to like keep it clean and be above board. And it's like, that's fine, but you're missing like 70% of the political conversation right now, unfortunately. And at some point, like, I don't think unfortunately, you can't dictate how low the battlefield goes. You just kind of have to match where it is. And one side can always kind of like drag it into more and more obscene territory. If people are going to drag it to that territory, you have to be able to have the fights there. So, yeah. Lib culture feels very corporate. I guess a little, yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay. I'll be more flexible after my court case is over. Also because I can have my own court cases running too. And being the plaintiff on these, it probably is better than being the defendant on them. I just don't understand why everyone is just trying to destroy each other. It makes me really sad. That's how it is. Because, and this is the thing that nobody ever fucking understands, but I don't care. I don't know what to say. It's because when I constantly talk about the whole goal of tit for tat is not tit for tat, okay? The whole goal of tit for tat is that nobody fucks around because they know that they're going to get smacked up for it. That's the whole fucking point. So you have a scenario where a bunch of people are acting crazy, but there's one group of people who will never act crazy because they have rules against acting crazy, while everyone else is acting crazier and crazier and crazier. And then anytime one of the group of non-crazy people starts to act a little crazy, all of those people are like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. They go low, we go high. They go low, we go high. We don't have to devolve, we don't have to bring it to that level. And then also all those people go, hey, you said that you're not supposed to do that. Hey, you said you can't go crazy. Hey, you said that you guys have standards and values. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, okay. And so things spiral more and 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 more. But the goal is just that, like, if everybody knows that everybody has the same capabilities, then everybody calms the fuck down. But Right now, Hassan can say whatever the fuck he wants. MAGA people can say whatever the fuck they want. And it works. It resonates with voters. They do well electorally, generally speaking. They're having a rough thing coming up, obviously, in the midterms. Nowhere near as much of a fucking blowout as it should be. But, like, it works. And if it works, it's not crazy. It's reasonable. It's logical. I have the same conversations with people who have like relationship issues where they'll complain about like, oh, my ex was so, I said this on stream before, verbatim, I'm pretty sure. Like, oh my God, my ex was just so fucking crazy and he was just irrational and just like insane. And it's like, well, what would he do? Whatever. It's like every fucking time he would have a fucking problem, he would like, I try to break up with him and he'd fucking threaten to kill himself. And then we'd have to fucking talk through things and figure it out. And it's just like, this went on for like 2 years. And it's like, oh, okay. So you tell me you were going to break up with him. And then he threatened to kill himself, and you guys ended up kind of being together for 2 more years, right? Yeah, it was insane. It's like, that's not insane, you fucking retard. Your partner was completely and totally rational the entire fucking time. He knew that if he yanked the suicide chain, that you would stick around, and your dumbass did. So of course he's going to keep doing it. Why do you think that's irrational? That's anything but irrational. The guy is being a perfectly logical, rational actor. He's doing a stupid fucking thing because he knows he'll get a certain response, and you always give him a certain response, so he's going to continue to do the thing. Why is that surprising to you? But this is politics in the U.S. for the past decade. And it's very, very, very fucking tiring. But we'll get it. I've also been having combos with more and more people in the background. I have a big convo in a few days with, I'll just say that top guy at the DNC. And I don't know. So and I'm making a little bit of headway progress there too and chatting with people. So we'll get it. The Democrats are getting there. They're figuring it out. Okay. My kings.
So I actually messaged him.
Oh, is it sped up?
And he did. I asked him if he still does streams with normal people, and he said he does. Yeah. Does your dog have to wear a shot collar if you go?
I feel like before you were a little bit more defensive when the Snarkers would use the fact that you doxed just going to say against you. But ever since you took the position of, yeah, I doxed them because they deserved it, now what position's been more effective? Yeah, because it's like intuitively, I don't care. I am better than all of these people morally. I'll say that. And I'm more honest epistemically as well. Like if somebody's going to make a claim or make a charge or do a thing, like I want to thoroughly kind of like review the thing and then defend it in like a holistic manner, and then move on from it. But while that might be true, like for computer code to like resolve some problem, optically, and then the way that it works in all these other communities, the way that they function, it's not really effective. It's just attack, and never ask questions and never defend anything and attack. So when you start reframing things, so this is why I do now the whole like, why the fuck do these people have a right to be anonymous while they harass other people online? That's a really hard thing to defend. I've never heard a person successfully defend that claim before, but I've also never heard anybody besides me, I think, used that argument before, right? Like, oh, okay, so this guy is hosting a Discord where people are reaching out and harassing everybody in my real life. Why does he have a right for me to not use his name? Where does that magical power come from? Never heard that defended before. So I think that being more aggressive with a lot of my claims is a thing that I've learned. I'm just not, my brain is not like naturally oriented or naturally, tuned in that direction. But it's the ability to like flip things onto other people so that you don't have to defend it, but like the onus is on them to defend, like gives you an auto win in all these conversations. But it's also like, it's just fucking annoying too, because it's like every fucking conversation now is like, how do you maneuver? It's all about maneuvering now. And the actual fact of the matter is whatever, like rather than go on stage. Like, if I ever have an anti-fan try to have this debate publicly with me, it's like, oh, like, well, regardless of everything, isn't it true that you were getting a porn of a minor, blah, 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 blah? Like, what I would say is, hold on, are you talking about somebody non-consensually sending me child porn? Are you talking about somebody violating my consent, sending me child porn? I didn't consent to any of that. You're talking about that? Is that what you're claiming is my, like, and that, how do you defend that against that? Oh, shit, okay, well, I guess maybe, right? Like, but you have to, you have to, like, reframe, like, everything is an attack. But I hate it. I don't enjoy it. I would rather just argue the facts of the matter. Like, I would rather just argue the facts of the matter rather than have to play these stupid fucking games all the time. It's so annoying.
Ugh. With Hassan. You feel good about yourself, Gentry? So I actually messaged him. And he did. I asked him if he still does streams with normal people. And He said he does. Yeah. Does your dog have to wear a shot collar if you go to stay with Hassan? You feel good about yourself, Gentry?
It's beyond tiresome to hear them bring up the exact bullshit. Yes, and listen, I know, suck my dick. I know a lot of you guys are tired of it and don't enjoy it, and that's fine. But part of that was like the result of what I said at the end of 2023 of me doing more political content, is that I don't have the audience anymore to hardcore thrive on drama style content. I just don't have it. So it's a lot harder for me to sustain, whereas on these other audiences, it's literally all they're used to seeing. However, if you're like a Destiny fan who just kind of like watches my streams and then maybe bounces off the Reddit, it kind of just seems like I'm engaging in a lot of it for not much of a reason, because you hear the same arguments over and over again. But in like the micro extended drama universe, the conversations have helped significantly. Like a lot of these people that used to be able to just like steamroll through all these discords with the most retarded fucking arguments in the world about Anna, about Lav, about whatever the fuck bullshit, now have a whole new set of things that they kind of have to contend with. And these aren't just like auto button push wins in a lot of these smaller communities anymore, which breeds a lot of the more hardcore sycophantic anti-fans, which go on to carry the message further and further and further. So it has helped. It does help. It's just, it's harder to see if you're like just a fan of me, because you're not usually exposed to all of these other crazy spaces or people arguments more. Yeah, but hopefully, like I said, once the court case is over.
Yeah. Does your dog have to wear a shot collar if you go to stay with Hassan? You feel good about yourself, Gentry? After that one, it's in LA, so it's gonna be awesome. And maybe we'll stop by Hassan's if he has some time for me. You know, and the thing is, I know people don't like Hassan and people don't like Asmon, but and you guys have your reasons. But the thing is, they've been just so unbelievably nice to me. Like it's strange. You know, like both of them have been nicer to me than essentially like.
Hassan fans are trying to get you off of that Ismo LibCon panel. Sure, a lot of people have been emailing and shit, but I've already talked to them about all of this shit. Like, I mean, this is the space. And I mean, like I said, Hassan is like electrocuting his dog on stream, and nobody gives a fuck about it. Like, if you want to be a part of this space, if you want to be able to engage and find in the space, you have to be ready to deal with crazy people emailing you and everything else. It can't just be an emergency eject button every single time. Like you feel like you get a little bit of pressure, but that's on Libs to figure out. They either will or they won't.
You know, like both of them have been nicer to me than essentially like every other member of OTK. Like just across the board, you know. So it's weird because I know you guys feel a certain way about these guys, and you know, I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's another thing too. I think all of the retweeting of the clips and retweeting and following people and chatting with people, I think has helped a lot with on the Hassan stuff too. More people are voicing that conversation publicly, which I think we've helped a little bit with too.
Really about it. Zach is a nice guy. Yeah. I mean, to me, to me again, because I know these guys personally, right? Like you guys don't know them personally. I know them personally, and like, like they're guys. At least for me, if I ever needed help with anything, they would always be there. You know, like no strings attached, bro. No strings attached. And like that to me is rare in this industry. Guys, Hassan just texted me. He said, "When are you here? How long? What are you doing?" Oh my God, Hassan! Yay, Hassan!
Just lost my life savings for
Yay!
Wait, is he trolling or did Hassan actually? There is no shot. He's trolling, right? Because Hassan did this last time?
Oh my God.
I forgot I had this.
Isn't he the best? Oh my goodness. Should we extend our trip to see Hassan? Oh my goodness. All right, how about this? How about this? How about this? How about this?
I don't know if he was farming or not. I can't tell. What's the end of this combat campaign? Or is this one of those vibes things where you change when you feel like it and have no thought out game plan on ending? The end of it is probably some of the other people's lives in this space. Unfortunately, actually, I don't give a fuck, getting destroyed. So it's going to be reaching out to and making people aware of what Morao and Queeman and Gisticle and all of these other people are like in their life. And then at some point, somebody's going to realize, okay, this is like too much, all right? I'm going to not do this anymore. I'm going to not engage in that anymore, right? Like every time I decide to go down some path of like, all right, well, who am I going to fight with? Or who do I feel like I need to call out or do whatever? Like I have to do all these calculations in my head of like, what upcoming talks do I have? Like, what have I publicly said and what have I not publicly said? Because I know these people are going to get emails. Who do I have to give a heads up on things? Like, who in my life is like the most vulnerable or exposed person right now that's going to be like dug into? Hassan doesn't have to think about these things. He just fucking does whatever. They just fucking go hard because they know that nobody's going to respond on our side. If everybody was thinking that, this is also why I rephrased the doxing thing like that, because Aiden he kept pulling us out and he had no counter for it. He had no thing. He's like, well, Destiny, like, isn't it like imagine all the horrible things that's going to happen if people were to know like who was behind this Discord account? And it's like, excuse me, why the fuck are all these horrible things going to happen? What do you mean when you say that? Well, like if people knew who was saying like this or doing that, all these people would be like going out. It's like, what the fuck does that say about that person's conduct? If you're telling me that simply knowing the name of the person is going to cause people to try to find this person and kill, maybe that guy needs to reevaluate his behavior. Or maybe we need to think about that a little bit, you know? But the problem is that I've said this a million times, I'll say it a million more times until everybody fucking understands it. One side feels like they can operate in impunity, and as long as they feel like they can operate with impunity, they will operate with impunity, and they'll continue to do the same shit. The reality is as soon as somebody like, are you worried about any escalation? The only escalation that can happen, which is why I said the thing that I said, that somebody in this space is going to die, is somebody showing up at my apartment to kill me. I don't know what else can happen at this point. I've been swatted with my kid here. My mom and dad have had a bomb threat called on them. Not a bomb threat directly, but called I think it was the local police saying that I was using their house to store bomb construction materials, which caused a team to have to go out and sweep their place. When I got swatted one of the times, I've had my kid A-logged and harassed across multiple platforms. Like, there's nothing else that you can do to me at this point besides kill me or kill somebody near me, I guess. That's it. So when you say, like, are you worried about escalation? For what? Everybody's, like, it's one of those, like, weird sea lining tone policing things. Like, well, what if the other side, excuse me, what if the other side does what? It's why I get so actually frustrated when I'm talking to people like, this is coming up a lot with Aiden. He's like, well, or I think Connor was in this too. It's like, well, hypothetically, imagine if somebody were doing, and then he'll say a thing that people have already done to me. I'm like, I don't have to imagine this, dog. You're fucking retarded. So, no. It's all, like, all of this stops. Every single weird, crazy, A-logging, personal attack, doxing, spying, all of it stops when people in Hassan's position say, hey, guys, like, heads up, for real, we don't do this shit anymore. I don't condone it. I don't sign off on it. If anybody's doing it, just know that you are way outside anything that I approve of. And no, it's not because I know, like, somebody like Gistigal or all of his fucking fat fucking cronies are like, oh, wait, I got the perfect clip for this. It's not going, hey, guys, we don't dox here. Remember that. We don't dox here, guys. It's having, like, an actual position where everybody truly understands, like, hey, this is not what we do in this community, okay? Like, it's not even a stretch again. I do consider swatting as attempted murder, and so if I do, it's already happened fucking 5 or 10 times, depending on if you count the calls to the FBI of swatting or not, to me. So it's not even that much of a stretch to say that, like, oh, what are we doing next? Have any of the snarkers publicly said they don't condone any of the IRL swatting, etc., or are they just not claiming they were responsible for it? No, they'll all say that they, like, don't condone it. They'll all say, like, oh, God, we ban that here. We ban that here. We don't. And on a strict level, they're right. But it's not about, like, it's not about the, like, do you make a statement saying a thing, right? Everybody knows that's bullshit. It's like, what is the... There's a reason why Sabasexual was able to exist in Gistigal's community and never got banned for it, and everybody there saw that, right? Like, if people were posting shit in my fucking, in my chat like that, it would be fucking crazy. Like, everybody in my chat would be like, bruh. Do you think going after Hassan's minions will stop him? I feel like, I don't know, watching him for 10 years now, he will just ditch them and call you Epstein and then find new retards who can carry his flag in a war against you. I don't care. It's fine if it's a war. Better a war than, like, just one-sided terrorist attacks over and over and over again. Because the reason why he's been able to come away unscathed is because nobody digs into him that much the way that he digs into other people. But people should be, right? Like, Hassan should be worried that when he goes into an interview that somebody is going to bring up the fact that, like, hey, like, so talk to me about, like, the dog shocking thing. Like, you lied, obviously, when you said you got this dog in a pound. You bought this dog. We have you on video talking about, you know, working with a trainer who uses shock collars, that you use it. And then it seems like you were shocking your dog in a stream. Isn't that kind of, like, deplorable behavior? Like, people need to ask questions like that. He can't just get away with stuff like that and nobody says anything. And obviously, Hassan's framing of this, if he ever hears me saying things, he'll be like, why is this guy so obsessed with me in my personal life? What does dogs have to do with giving people affordable health care? So anyway, sex pestiny, Epsteiny, molestiny, sex cult today bullied another BPD-stiny, Epsteiny, rape-stiny girl, and it's like, are you fucking retarded? See, like, they do this and they're so good. They're so good and they're so smart. When I said before that, like, and we are going to do this, I'll either do it at the end of the stream or tomorrow, where if Hassan's going to publicly announce the politicians or whatever he's going to talk to ahead of time, then that's great. But we're going to pepper their Twitter accounts with questions. Hey, you're talking to a dude who likes to fucking electrocute his dog on stream. Hey, this is a guy who praised Hezbollah terrorist attack. This is a guy who watched Houthis board a civilian ship and praise it. Just curious, like, why do you feel like, Arizona voter values align with a person who is praising and watching a terrorist attack on his stream and praising it? Isn't that kind of fucking wild? Because people should just have to know that. They should know that, and they should have to contend with that. 100%. Because they do the same. Oh yeah. Somebody was like, yeah, because even my community was like, Destiny, isn't that bad? Isn't that an optics loss? Oh, I wonder how long it took him to remove this thread, because it's a pretty small subreddit. It's got 70 upvotes. What's wild is that Destiny's supposed to be at LibCon in a few weeks with Ezra Klein, Bulwark, New York Times, and Atlantic People in a few weeks. Here's the link to the thing. This is who it's hosted by in the About section. In his chat right after that, he says someone is going to die soon. So you have like the conference, you've got a few big names, you've got the About page where my guess is their email is probably there, and then you've got like a juicy little thing to email them in order to try to get the people to pull out of the event, right? Oh, and you even got a guy. So like people will say things like, "Oh no, we deleted that thread. We know we don't approve of that stuff." Oh, I don't even know if they would go that far here. I don't know why this explicit was removed. I don't even know what this thread was actually about. But like even this guy here sounds like they should be made aware of who they're platforming. And it's like, okay, so they got the mission, you know. Also, the immunity Hassan has needs to be acknowledged by larger news entities. Hassan doxed 10 plus people on stream. Nothing happened. Watching the terrorist attack on stream is a bigger deal. Doxing doesn't carry far in real life because nobody outside of the internet really knows or gives a fuck about what doxing is. No normal human being, I think, understands that. Like, you have to explain way too. I would never try to like convince a normie audience or like a normie media person like, this guy doxed somebody. And like, what do you mean when you say doxed? So they're these guys and they have like online names. It'll be like Funky Penguin 6969 or like XXS Deathstalker 420. But then he used their real name. And it's like, nobody gives a fuck about doxing in real life. Harassment, they will care about. Directing harassment to, they will care about. So like for that Bad Empanada video, I would have phrased that, the Bad Empanada video, I would have phrased that as like, oh, Hassan gave a hit list basically to his fans to go out and harass. That's more effective than ever talking about just like doxing or whatever, you know? Nmplol doesn't think Hassan shocking his dog is abuse. Because when you're on the team, there are certain talking points you just have to buy into. They would break your world too much. You can't accept that like Hassan is shocking his dog in order to keep him in the corner on our stream. You can't do it. Morler said, Bean, do we actually think his dog is being abused? I mean, it depends. I mean, abused, like just hit for no reason? Probably not. It depends on whether or not you consider training a dog to lay in the corner all day to be a form of abuse. And now we see that without a shock collar being used improperly, because you shouldn't use that's not the way that you train a dog with a shock collar, is to fucking shock him anytime he pisses you off to go. Like, you're supposed to do this like in conjunction with commands while you're doing like active training and whatever bullshit. If you don't consider forcing a dog to stay in place for 8 hours under threat of violence, I guess, to not be abusive, then I guess no, the answer is it's not abusive. But I mean, once you got rid of the shock collar, you see the dog is on stream far, 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 far less than he was before. But maybe you think that's just a coincidence, I guess. So I don't know. Do you think the ICE stuff, FBI and Vance were talking about doxing? Do you think no one heard that, cared at all, even on their side? He used the word doxing, but nobody really cares about the doxing part. They care about the harassment part. So on the internet, nobody cares about harassment in our space because all of you guys are fucking psychopaths. But in the real world, harassment is still like a word that people take very seriously. Like online, it'll be like harassment. Wow, what? So what, the guy, emailed you and said he wanted to rape your mom and dad until they died? Who cares, bro? It's just words. But in the real world, when you say like, oh, this person is harassing somebody constantly, that's usually that type of language, like harassment. Well, damn, what's the guy doing? That's crazy. That's what people care more about. So for the doxing, the ICE people or whatever, I think what the audience heard and cared about more was, oh my God, people are trying to find and kill like our brave and loyal ICE officers or ICE agents. That's crazy, you know?
To make everyone happy, we will stream with Hassan Then when I get back, we will stream with Asmin. And if that's not good enough,
Take my sub back.
if that's not good enough, I will call Destiny and see if he wants to come on the pod finally. I will make everyone happy, guys.
I see Hassan brings out the true femboy in you.
I'll make everyone happy. Ice Poseidon. Okay, then we'll go hang out with Ice. Oh my god. Someone says, just make sure you don't do anything illegal because he's under investigation. Is he? For what?
Me or Hassan?
First off, what illegal stuff do you think I'm doing? I don't do anything illegal. Oh my god, why are you going to Norway? It's a beautiful country, and I would love to show Catchy the country. It's a nice place. I've been there many times. I've had great experiences and great memories there. Is Hassan here?
Can you please
Yo.
sincere Ordine on the podcast again?
I get to LA today, and I leave Sunday, Hassan.
Keep your head up, kid.
I'm gonna go to AnimeCon
Also,
for a
could
day.
you take a whole hockey stick?
And then, let me know when your schedule's free, brother, and maybe we can plan something. He says, hell yeah, all right. Ooh, we might get a Hassan collab. Ooh, and you can meet Catchy. You ever meet her?
Also, here's the thing, and I don't know what Nick and them are doing in the background, and I guess it's I have no connections at the moment because my Twitch shit is still nuked anyway. It doesn't matter. I think that you're a pussy if you collab with somebody who tells you who you are and are not allowed to collab with, okay? You can ask any streamer in the space ever. The most I've ever said generally is like, I don't want to be like in the same place as this guy. So like, when we did our event in Phoenix, I'm never probably ever again going to do like a one-on-one debate with Alex Stein. But if you want to bring him on and debate somebody afterwards, then fine, you know, go for it. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's probably been one exception. Like if Solo were to show up somewhere, I wouldn't want to do, obviously. Or sometimes I just won't do an event. But when you have people who are trying to block you from like other fucking things, where it's like, oh, if you wanna hang out with me, that's fine, but you can never hang out with this other streamer. You are a pussy if you give into shit like that. It is such pussy behavior to let somebody push you around like that.
She's about to put Nick Paolo on Fox News again. Dude, every time I do anything political, it just ends up everywhere, bro. It just oh man, dude. Oh, I can't. Oh, why do I put myself in these positions? I find this is the problem with me. I don't really take anything seriously, and maybe I should. Convince Hassan and Zach to do a collab together with you. I don't think that would. I don't think they should do that with me there. I don't want to be a part of that. You know, like I don't. Oh man, I really don't. I would love to do a collab with Zach. He's the one ducking. Really? I mean, to be fair, Asmin really doesn't do collabs with anybody. But if you guys ever did collab, though, I would absolutely... I'd be watching. Not gonna lie. You know? I remember I was hanging out with Hassan, and I met Aiden Ross for the first time, too. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future y'all could do a collab. You know, but does it have to be a debate?
Okay,
like, what if it's like a cooking
boring.
stream where you guys just cook burgers or something? Does it have to be political? Or like a hot tub stream or some shit?
I saw clips of... This is just fucking crazy, bro. I don't know.
Looks like mom. Ellie looks just like mom.
Do you think the Twitch ban policy is just for you, the no appearance on streams part? Twitch has... There are at least 2 different times where Twitch adjusted their TOS just for me. Yes, it's an insanely retarded fucking policy, but yes.
Oh, yeah. You're doing good, bud. You're doing good. We got plenty of stuff.
How many
so far.
viewers we got?
We're up to 460 now.
Let's go.
It's incredible.
What's up, YouTube? You guys having fun? Happy 250, guys.
Happy 250. I know it's hard to see this.
I heard you say if you were a Twitch creator, you would have more protections on Twitch, but Hutch is a creator and Hassan still doxed him and nothing happened. It's more the constantly alluding to me being a pedophile and his community harassing me. I think I would have a few more protections from because I would lodge a complaint with my partner or account manager. I don't know how big of a partner Hutch is on Twitch, or if he has an account manager or partner manager that he talks to regularly. I'm not sure.
Screen. Can we get ones in the chat? If audio, video, all that's good, can we get ones? Is everybody doing okay? If we got 460 people in here, then we
Can we get ones in the chat for a total Aryan mockery?
Ones in the chat for total Aryan mockery,
Let's
total
keep
Aryan
pace.
victory, total Aryan Anglo.
Literally every time fascist marchers show up in DC, they cannot figure out the metro. There's always a video. They are fundamentally not built for complex society.
Just give it a minute and try again. Get out of line. Get out of line. Go back to the back of the line. Give it a minute. Back of the line. Get another card from Sam. It's right there. Here, who needs a card? Right there. Go. Go. Who needs a card? Easy, hold it down. Hold it all the way down. Press it against the platform. Country boys, goodness. Press it against the platform. Press it.
Okay. All right, Henry, what do we got?
I've been one of the few channels covering Nmplol's divorce extensively. It was recently finalized. Him and Melena's divorce was finalized, and I took to X to post an exhibit that I obtained from Travis County Court, legally obtained, by the way. Let's add more context and go over Petitioner's Exhibit 093. Nick, you're controlling me always. Hey, R-word. And when I'm not controlled, you lose your ish. You've done nothing for 6 months. Stop gaslighting me. Jesus, that's not controlling you. That's saying a fact. Hello. What about the bank account then? Yeah, Nick, what about the bank account? I asked my dad about that and he agrees. Okay, so Nick has to check in with daddy. Sounds good to me. Gaslighting me for years, saying I'm crazy, too crazy to be on the account. My mom didn't have access to that at all. She says, with my money in it, like, bro, she got an account with her money in it she don't have access to, and she got her half when they divorced. Well, that's human trafficking. Are you aware of that? Lamau, it's not. It is. Working for free while controlling the money of a foreign citizen. This is getting interesting, man. Okay, the OTK is human trafficking us too, because they don't pay us. Traffic from where? And you have your own money. And by the way, do you have access to the... Wait, and by the way, you do have access to the account, so that's actually a lie. You have your own login and everything. Okay, well, does she have the ability to take money out of this account? That's a huge question. Because when you say like, oh, you have access to it, so she can see the money, but can she take the money out? If she wanted to say, oh, I want to buy myself something nice, I want to take out $1,000, can she do that? Because I don't think she could. Like, if she could see the money, that's a huge question. Because when you say like, oh, you have access to it, so she could see the money, but can she take the money out? If she wants...
Having access to it and being able to take the money out even, actually, that doesn't even really matter. I mean, it kind of does, maybe, I guess, if you're married. What really matters is whose name is the account in. That's the big deal. Because even if you can take money out, if the account is only in the name of your, of one person, I mean, that's the big deal, I think, right? Because it seems like that's what Melina is complaining about here. I don't have shit to my fucking name. 0 credit history, 0 investment, $0 is my name.
It's like, oh, I want to buy myself something nice. I want to take out $1,000. Can she do that? Because I don't think she could. Like, if that's the case, is this why she filed like she was emotionally or financially abused? And what was the second motion? I don't have ish to my effing name. Credit history, 0 investment, $0 in my name because you think I'm crazy. See, that's also not true because you have half of everything, bro. This is gaslighting, right? If someone says, hey, I have 0 money and I have an account with money in it that I can't take out. And he says, well, that's not true. You have half of everything. Talk about mutual respect in a controlling relationship. Except
it's hard. So it's hard because I don't know either Nick or Melina that well. Because Nick, I don't want to say Nick is retarded, but Nick could just not understand, you know, how big of a deal that is. But it could also be that he's being intentionally sneaky here in order to try to make it so Melina's not asking too many questions so that he has more control over things. But I just don't know. I don't know either person. I don't know if I would assume one way or another, you know?
Credit, because that's personal. Okay. All right. Put my effing name on my money so I can see that we're equal. I already asked my dad. He said it's
barely kept up with this drama. This sounds crazy messy. How the fuck did she let this get arranged this way? Well, I mean, the reality is when people are getting married and they're, you know, in love and blah, 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 like, people just aren't always thinking all the time about, like, are my accounts in order? Like, what happens if we were to end up getting divorced or we break up? Like, I mean, people, it's not very romantic or, like, fun to think about stuff like that. So I think people just kind of just don't that much, obviously. It's like an uncomfortable conversation. Well, this would depend on the maturity level of everybody involved, right? Ideally, you're mature enough to have a conversation, but it's kind of like having, like, a will. You know, like, it's a little bit awkward to be like, hey, dad, mom, you guys are getting kind of old and you could die suddenly for no fucking reason. Should we make sure your assets are in line? Like, that's like an uncomfortable conversation to have. So
it's not a good idea. He's smarter than you and I combined. See, like, look, put my name on my money. Why? I'm texting your dad. I wonder what dad said to her. Like, look, daughter-in-law or soon to be ex-daughter-in-law. Yeah, you're not accessing the money. Because if you want it, you could take all of it and vanish to Norway and I not be able to do anything. All right, so this is confirmation for me. I interpret this as confirmation that she or they have an account in which he could take money out, but she cannot. This is insane. I wouldn't.
Wait.
That is not a good idea. He's smarter than you and I combined. See, like, look, put my name on my money. Why? I'm texting your dad.
I don't think Henry is correct here, but I'm reading a lot into the like it sounds like what Nick is saying is that like Melina can withdraw from the account, but if the account is in both of their names, she could withdraw everything, disappear, and then Nick wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Right now, she could withdraw a lot and disappear, but Nick would be able to sue her to get the money back for it, right? But I don't know. I mean, it could also go the other way. It's just hard to say.
I wonder what dad said to her. Like, look, daughter-in-law or soon to be ex-daughter-in-law. Yeah, you're not accessing the money. Because if you want it, you could take all of it and vanish to Norway and I not be able to do anything. All right, so this is confirmation for me. I interpret this as confirmation that she or they have an account in which he could take money out, but she cannot. This is insane. I wouldn't effing do that, and this proves to me that you do not see us as equal. You are controlling me. Oh my lord. Why do you always have to move the goalpost every argument? This started with stream stuff and moved to this stuff because the key component here is that you do not see us as equal. I'm not giving any person on the planet, my dad, my mom, you, your mom, LeBron, Jesus himself, the ability to financially ruin me with the press of a button. It has nothing to do with being equals. We make equal decisions in this house about everything, but not equal decisions about the money for sure, right? Then split our economy. Split it like it should be. Or we go to a psychiatrist that can tell you what you are doing is wrong. Find one. I'm down. You said that before, you lying F, and you've not found one. Controlling, manipulative lying F. You tried to make me find one. You do not remember? I found one. You called them the R word. Said you wouldn't go to a psychiatrist that's less smarter than you. Hey, I bet you Nick fancies himself as the smartest person on the planet. Controlling, manipulative lying F. Nick responds, if you really feel this way about me, deep down, this is a brick anyways. You're all are controlling me. Listen to what you say. Read through the issues say. You're completely fine with your behavior. You're completely fine with me being poor. Besides the bank, how am I controlling? Okay, so is this him admitting that he controls the bank? It looks like it to me. I have to ask you for anything. Won't let my friends visit. Won't come to Norway because this person is there. Put your emotions aside. You're just lazy, depressed. Wow, he's telling her to put your emotions aside. These are quotes. You're just lazy, not depressed. So I guess she said she was depressed and he said, no, you're just lazy. Your problem is that you don't do anything. God damn, Nick, you landed on pretty thick, huh, buddy?
I will say, you know, I thought about this for a day. I can't imagine a traditional relationship where like where one person is earning all the money and the other person is not. That's just crazy to me, actually. I guess I understand relationships have been structured like that, like traditionally for most of human history, but I don't know. I guess every woman I've always dated has always been working and has earned more or less the same as me or around that or close enough to be sufficient. That seems like a really scary, crazy universe to be in where you're living with somebody and like everything you're doing is kind of relying on somebody. And if you have fights or whatever, like this person is literally the person who controls all the finances, can make all the major decisions. Like, I don't know, that's pretty spooky, man. Damn. Women be doing some retarded shit. Got him. Just kidding.
Had me locked to the house for years to cook you a meal that you were perfectly fine cooking on your own because you wanted to control me. Just so many things like these. Don't listen to my boundaries. What's okay? What's not to say on stream? Like, bro. Want your friends to visit the week we come back from streaming after 1 month off? Okay, so I'm guessing he's like, no, we need to lock in, Elena. We just took a vacation. No friends. We need to lock in and get this money. Just don't give a F. Don't respect me, and it effing shows. Everyone sees it. Oh, no. No. No, Jesus, man. Me not coming to Norway because a viewer lives there. How is that controlling you? Okay, so he didn't want to come to Norway. This is confirmation. Like, no, I'm not coming to Norway because that person lives there. I'm just now at this point an old, grumpy, poor hag who had made poor life decisions. And you want kids? I don't know if I can have kids. Do you know what PCOS is? Did you even bother Googling it? She responds to the me not coming to Norway because the viewer lives there. How is that controlling you? Because now we can't go to Norway anymore. Okay, so it looks like she wanted him to come to Norway with her. And he's using the excuse that, hey, that person is living there. I don't want to be around that person, so I'm not coming with you to Norway. Okay, is that what it was, Nick? If you had half this energy that you have with me, that situation would be solved. So if she had more energy, that situation would be what does the energy have to do with anything? It's best for everyone that this stuff ends peacefully. You've been acting like you haven't been in a relationship for half a year, while her depression is festering. Grandma passed, sleep problems, mom's sick. And now you've promised my mom to go to Spain and I have to disappoint her because that's just life how it is. So what, he promised the mom he was going to go to Spain and didn't show. Nick, come on, buddy. Now let's get to message OTK in shambles, doc. This is petitioner's exhibit 96. This was mind blowing when I saw it. I'll actually just type it. OTK is in shambles. And in order for me to rebuild, I pretty much have to carry it. But I'm not going to rebuild it if half my effort is taken away. Damn, dog. So I'll give you your half, but I will quit OTK. Yeah, dog, I probably don't want OTK shares. If this is the sentiment, why would I want OTK shares? Why is OTK in shares in Why is OTK in shambles? The top streamer debacle caused the one contract we had that paid staff to be in jeopardy. Asmon's 2 days, as in Asmon goes 2 days, worse than the Miz Rich situation. God damn, dog. Did Asmon tank OTK? Jesus. Like, what is this? What is this? The top streamer debacle caused the one contract we had that they paid staff to be in jeopardy. So they lost the contract that paid.
I just hate doing interpersonal drama with 99% of people. I don't know, bro. Like, it could be that this is all true, but it could also be that, like, Nick is just, like, exaggerating shit to get Melina to fuck off. Or it could be that he is exaggerating shit with the hopes that she takes some bait here and is like, fine, like leaves him alone, whatever. Like, there's a million reasons why he could be saying this. This is why I hate reading, like, especially relationship DMs that get leaked and everybody wants to fucking read into they think they can extrapolate the entire relationship from, like, a fight across DMs. Like, there's a million reasons why he could be saying these things. I wouldn't, like, look at any of these as huge. Destiny, he's not that smart. It's not a matter of it being smart. Like, say you come home and your wife or girlfriend is bugging you and you're like, listen, like, I'm stressed because, like, everything at work is melting down and, like, the whole office is about to quit if it's not for me. Or, and you might just, it might be a lie, but you're just saying it just to get somebody over. Like, that could be the case. Or it could not be. It could be honest too. But I'm saying, like, these are like fight DMs between a couple that is looking at or maybe already going through a divorce at this point. I don't know when the timeline on that started, but.
Paid staff. So now it's in jeopardy. Okay. What do you propose then? That's why I wanted to call you. I'm going to go to the lawyers and propose 2 options on paper and show you since you don't want to chat about it, if that's okay with you. How come you don't reply to things? Are we not civil? Should I be worried? Melina says, just keep me posted. Sorry, I was busy. Fair enough. So since OTK is taking so long, I'm going to just type out the TLDR. Is that okay? If we agree to go to a lawyer and wrap it up, sure. What is Nick's big brain plan? OTK media equals completely out of money. OTK staff all before people getting fired this month. Damn. In order to save the company, there have to be a massive rebuild with a lot of it on my shoulders. And I won't want to put in any effort if half my effort is wasted. Rather put it into my own Twitch. I am currently number 7 on Twitch and I have 30,000 subs. So he considers half his effort wasted if she is like ownership. Yeah, dog. Why would I want the company? Why would anyone want shares of the company? If he's like, yeah. I kind of understand it. Since you want 50% of my OTK shares, I just leave OTK and it would end up how it ends.